the computer. All righty, we got my boy Brian here with me today. Brian, how you doing, bro?
Good, good. Couldn't be better.
Let's go. I'm excited for today, man. As you already know, you're my first official guest, and I'll never forget the first person I have on this, bro. So I'm excited. But how you doing today? What you been up to, bro?
Chilling, just doing grocery runs and trying to find new people to cut. But yeah,
Nice, bro. And just so everyone's listening, Brian, man, he is a barber. He is an entrepreneur. He's doing his thing. And you're out in Houston, right?
yes, sir.
Nice. And Brian, just to start off, bro, I like to just say the purpose, of this podcast and what I'm doing. So really it's all about just being your best self, right? The best version of yourself and what that means. So, I'll talk about spirituality, like self-improvement, health, sales, and I'm excited to just dive into it and see what we come up with today, man. But
Yeah, for sure.
how did we meet? I wanted to start off, bro. Do you remember how we met the first time? Because what I remember, first time I met you was when we were missionaries, basically I was specifically before we flew to Uruguay. So we were missionaries together in Uruguay. But do you remember when you first met me or no?
I believe it was at the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was at the airport in Miami.
Yeah, I was at the airport in Miami. And man, I remember just seeing you and you seemed like a super chill, good guy. Like, and I think me and you probably started talking a little bit then, but we were never companions, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, nah.
But yeah, so we were in Uruguay together doing a church mission, then like inviting others to come into Christ, doing service, baptizing. And the first thing I wanted to talk to you about, bro, is, being a missionary, bro, like it's sales. Being a barber, it's sales. And, everything is sales. And I want to ask you, bro, like, you're your own barber, your own business owner now. How do you feel like trying to sell Jesus for 2 years helped you in what you're doing now?
Good question. So pretty much it's just confidence and knowing like on what to say. Sometimes we don't know what the next question is, but we like during the mission, I kind of learned other ways to realize how can I put everything into practice? How can I visualize it, share it to others, and pretty much compare it with the other person's life or my life? And
Mm.
such as being a barber, trying to get people, trying to sell like pretty much my value and like the circumstances that I'm in. It really just puts out the bigger picture and proving improving what's right.
Yeah, facts. I agree. And like, when you're if you don't know what the heck a mission is, if you're listening to this, like it's basically, you're 6:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. just grinding, doing service for people, trying to like get people baptized if they want to, teaching people about Jesus, about God, just really being that light, and we were in South America doing it, bro. And I wanted to ask you because like I want to talk about before we get more into that, like adjusting to regular life, because as a missionary for 2 years, you're locked in. You have to be with another companion like 24/7. You have to read your Bible like every day. You're locked in. Like it's everything is structured. But when you get back, like you're your own man now. All of a sudden, you got freedom out of nowhere. Dude, for me, it was super tough adjusting to regular life, bro. What about you? Like do you have what do you have to say about that? Adjusting to regular life after a strict 2 years, just all holiness.
It was tough. It was really, really tough due to having somebody always next to you and then having like the four eyes, one screen thing going on. Then like
Yeah.
having that push by your companion to do certain things. It was very weird, very awkward in a way that when I got back, I would always look for like that little push on the side, but would never get it. But then I'm like, dang, I have to change certain things, certain perspectives in life now due to not having that companion or not having that like pressure going on.
Yeah, straight up, bro. And I feel like when you have a missionary companion that you totally vibe with, like life is good. Like, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes when you have a companion, it's hard. Like you said, like for those of you who don't know, again, like you can't even look at your own phone when you're alone. Someone has to be looking at your screen like the whole time. So what I liked about the mission is if you have like a good, it's like most of the time you're around people that are good influences, and then all of a sudden you're thrown in, you come home and like you're alone. But I totally agree with you, bro. Like it was nice to have that someone to push you, and then you obviously you have a community of like other missionaries you meet up with, which is nice, you know? And then it's just so weird. You get thrown in and like, man, just not prepared. Like it was hard, bro. Like, what do you feel like was the hardest thing for you when you came home?
Sheesh.
It's a tough question, I know,
It
but
really is. Well, pretty much staying active in things that I got used to doing, such as reading the Bible or like talking to others. Because, yeah, I had a point where I had a couple months where I didn't talk to nobody. I was just blank. And I was like, you know what? I need to start talking again. But that was the most hardest things for me to do. Because, yeah, I talked to other missionaries. Yeah, I talked to members from church. But outside people, it would be like very awkward, very hard to talk to because it wasn't something like in the ordinary
yeah,
to do.
bro, I agree. And I feel like everyone goes through that loneliness at some point in their life when they're trying to be that best version of yourself. Like not just coming home from a mission, but like when you're really trying to be that best version, you know, you have to drop some old friends, you have to drop some old habits, and you even have to like get away from some like family members, I'm sure. So like there's just definitely a big loneliness that one goes through when you get home from a mission and you're still trying to be good because like you can just fit into the crowd, right? And not give a crap, but that's just kind of weak. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah. Yeah, not dropping people like it was needed due to like the influences, but then like there's no regret at the end of the day because you're trying to be better.
Yeah, bro. Do you, so, I mean, I had to drop a few people out of my life to become the best version of myself. And, you know, it can be an awkward, weird situation, but for anyone out there that's going through it, like, do you have any advice or a certain way to like drop someone? Like, do you just like block them, bro, or just do you have a heart to heart with them, or like, what do you do?
I've done this multiple times. So I would talk to him and be like, hey, I don't think you're gonna be a good fit in my life right now, but we can still be in contact, but I just want my space from us, from our friendship. I'm not saying like I'm gonna block you or anything, but I just want I just want you to be on the side.
For sure.
And like later on in life, if you wanna connect again, see if things are good, go for it, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I like it. Like, I don't know if it's a good fit, like right now, you know, but whatever. I like the word good.
Yeah.
I think it's a good way to say it. But something I've been thinking about to talk to you on the podcast, bro, because you were, but like you were a normal missionary before the pandemic, right?
Yeah, for like 3 months.
Like 3 months. So like when we were down there, like we had free range to knock on anyone's door, talk to anyone, and then all of a sudden we got sent back there and we couldn't knock anyone's doors or talk to anyone. So I wanted to bring up referrals to you. And like, so when we were doing the missionary work, I feel like all the leaders switched up, you know, and really tried to push like us getting referrals from people, right? Like what I mean by that is instead of like knocking on 100,000 doors, you know, you can just like go to that one person you already know and like ask them for a referral, gain their trust and find more people, right? But I want to ask you, bro, does that still apply to you as a barber? Like, how do you get your more client? How do you get your clients nowadays? Do you like use that approach to get more clients, asking for referrals?
Pretty much, yeah. Like word of mouth,
What am
sharing it with others, friends, telling other friends, or like giving out a business card that I have.
business card?
Pretty much that brings in most of my clients in. But yeah, just pretty much telling everyone, telling one person to tell everyone else, tell that everyone else to tell more people, and like the train just keeps on going.
For sure. So, like the way you would tell someone, so like if you're gonna tell someone, you want the goal is for them to refer you more business, right? Is there a certain way you go about it? Like a certain phrase you use, or you don't even think about that? You're just super chill. Because
Sometimes I do think about it, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm just like, hey, I'm actually doing this deal, $5 off of your next cut, or $5 off like as many people as you bring. Like if you bring them from your list, like from your friends or their friends come from theirs, like the train is just gonna go on. Discounts is the thing that attracts other people. And so yeah, pretty much that. And sometimes I don't even think about it. I'm just like, hey, you should invite more people because I'm just trying to perfect my work, you know?
yeah, yeah, for sure. Dude, because I started teaching people some sales stuff, right? And I used to be super shy and I didn't know how to like introduce like a sales idea or something because I don't know. If you don't naturally have it, you kind of have to get the reps in. But bro, and I remember this from being a missionary, and it's a specific phrase where it's like you wouldn't happen to know anybody just like you that would also benefit, from hearing this message. Or like you wouldn't happen to know anyone else that needs a fresh cut, bro. I got a special deal going on. But like when you hear it, it sounds like a no-brainer, but psychologically, there's like all these studies that phrase, bro, like trigger someone's attention because low-key you're complimenting them because you're like, you wouldn't know anyone like you. Because if you're saying like you, that means like you like them, like they're a good person. So I noticed that when I'm trying to get a referral or something, that's something that I will say. So that's kind of like a sales tip I just wanted to share with anyone listening. If you're in a weird, awkward situation and you don't know how to introduce an idea and you're totally vibing with someone and you have their trust, instead of just being like, do you have any referrals, bro? Send me referrals. Like you can be like, bro, you wouldn't happen to know anyone else like you that's cool that needs a cut, bro. Like it's just like a little hack,
Yeah.
kind of interesting, got me thinking a little. But I wanted to ask you this, bro. So, topic is self-improvement and habits. I didn't realize how organized barbers need to be. You guys always have to be cleaning your stuff, bro. Like, because if you don't clean your stuff, like, you're not gonna get any business. Like, as a barber, what are the go-to habits that you have to do? Because I know there's a lot of them, bro. I feel like.
Sheesh. The habits that I have, because I know every barber has their own things, but the top three for me would be clean area for sure. Um, Another habit, well, always be disinfectant with everyone and like everything that you touch, if it falls, clean it up.
Mm,
And lastly, it's just having an organized place, like having the place organized. Because I do it in my room. I cut in my room. So I
yeah,
have to always have my bed good, have the extra chair clean, have everything on side set, like very professional, and not have things like all around.
for
But
sure.
yeah,
Yeah. Because I don't know. I just like my sister cuts hair too, and I just remember she stopped giving me free cuts because it was so much work. And like I was like, okay, I can see how it's a lot of work. I didn't know, you guys have to clean all that stuff. And but the point I was trying to make because I was thinking about this, and some people say I don't want to do all these habits and have all these good routines, because I feel like that would make my life, it would make it boring. Wouldn't give me any freedom if I had to do those habits all the time. But if you think about it in your situation, like if you keep doing those habits, it in the long run brings you more freedom because you would get more clients and more money, and that would allow you to have more freedom in your life. Like, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Because without that, well, shoot, you're gonna scare everybody away because you're not clean, you're not being professional with your work.
Yeah, but kind of interesting, bro. But just to talk about like some of your hobbies and things that you do, bro. I remember always seeing you on your bike, bro. And I wanted to ask you, why do you like to bike so much? What is it about it?
Sheesh. So back then when I was a kid, I would always bike. I would always get like a little small BMX bike or steal my friend's bike and just ride around. And like I love adventures. So biking was always the thing that would help me escape. Also skateboarding, but I can't skateboard anymore. But biking now, after the mission, has brought me to see like I got more time. I got new places to go visit. Now that I'm older, I'm not a kid. Biking has always been like a what was the word?
Like escape? You said escape?
Yeah, pretty much an escape to the situation that I'm in. Sometimes I escape from the thoughts or pretty much everything that's going on. So
Mm,
biking has always been that helpful thing. Even though a year or two ago, I used to bike like what, 30, 40 miles in a day. Now it's just like 10, 15, something casual.
jeez.
But yeah,
30 to
yeah,
40 a day?
yeah,
That's crazy. That's crazy.
yeah, yeah. Because when I first got my bike, it was like what, 7 months after the mission. I was all like, I need to be active. I need to do something in life. I need to correct everything. So biking was one of the things that helped me. And
Mm,
so to this day, sometimes I can't even ride my bike due to like school or just cutting hair, but biking is always there, no matter what.
that's dope. I like that. So, you know, it gives you like an escape, from any like, I don't know, weird negative thoughts you could ever have, or just like escape from stress, just getting on that bike and hammering out some miles, like mental clarity and things like that.
Pretty much, yeah.
I I feel you because I think doing cardio, like any type of cardio, like riding your bike, running a few miles, hitting the gym, whatever it is, going on a walk, like I feel like that's the best natural like antidepressant like in the world. Like I feel like that's like the best thing for our minds, doing that cardio. But that's crazy, dude. So you would hit 30 miles some days, bro? That's a whole marathon.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes it felt good.
I
It
bet.
felt good. And it was worth the pain also. Like legs were shaking, arms were just done, everything.
Yeah,
But it
dude.
was worth it.
Yeah, I bet, dude. I bet. That's because we rode bikes in Uruguay a little,
Yeah,
but that was the most I've ever ridden a bike. But it's honestly a good workout, like a leg workout too.
for sure.
Yeah. Um, man, you used to skateboard, you said too?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. I don't, man, do you ever ride scooters?
Oh yeah.
Dude, that was the thing to do as a kid with our age, Gen Z.
Yeah,
But like real like the ones you actually have to pedal. Like I feel like all the kids might have like electric ones these days.
of course.
But bro, you want to hear what happened to me with the freaking scooter?
What's up?
So, man, I was a kid and it was cool when the scooter was on the ground to like run up and kick it and it would just like pop up. You know what I'm saying? Versus like bending down and grabbing it. So if you like kicked it, it could come up, just like the Razor scooter. Anyway, I wore it out and there was no padding on the handles and I did it and it was sharp from throwing it around so much and it stabbed me in my leg, went inside my leg, bro. Like it literally stabbed me. Like it went in my leg and I was banging on the door while it was still in my leg for someone to come. No one came, so I had to walk like 30 yards around to my front door and then I had to be rushed to the hospital, bro. I don't remember, but I got stabbed by a scoop.
Jeez.
I was like 4 or 5. I have this big scar on my leg.
Jeez.
But yeah, bro. But I was gonna ask you, so I mean, real talk, you know, if there's any young guy or any regular dude that, wants to be a barber, you know, any advice you have for them? Any tips?
Practice every day. Watch videos, watch tutorials, and pretty much get used to the clippers machines that you're using.
Okay,
Get used to it. Get used to flicking your wrist because that's the important thing, just flicking. You gotta get used to that. Because some people, I know some barbers now, like they just use a hard wrist during cutting.
mm,
Some of them just like loosen up their wrist. But
okay.
loosening up helps a lot for sure.
So
But
the way to loosen the wrist, is it like, because if you want to get into it, like do you practice cutting on like a fake thing or like what's the best way to loosen the wrist?
loosening the wrist is just confidence, just have confidence on your hand
Okay,
because pretty much your hand controls the clipper or the trimmer or whatever you're using, and like it'll just go. It'll just go along with everything that you're doing.
for sure. And it's kind of cool because you said you can like use YouTube to learn, and I think it's cool with all the technology we have, bro. Like we can learn anything on YouTube, especially with ChatGPT, bro. Like there's this shout out to Ollie Cuts. If he ever listens to this, but he gave me a cut and he's only like 17 or 18. I don't know how old he is, just finishing up high school, bro. And I was like, dang, I respect your hustle, bro. He just has these guys pull up to his house and he's hustling. And he was just telling me he learned off of YouTube. I'm like, dang, bro, you can learn anything off YouTube. Like, it's cool.
Yeah, that's how I started. I was like, it was after high school. I was about like, I'm tired of cutting my own hair. I'm tired of other people like messing it up. I'm gonna just go watch a video and just see how to self-cut, how to cut others. And then that's what happened during the mission. Sometimes I would be a little rebel, just watch a little bit of YouTube
Hey.
and then just cut everybody up. But then I'm like, you know what? Self-practice, visualize, and just do it.
Yeah, bro. That it's cool. I remember when we were in the same city, you'd give me a cut. I think as soon as we got there, Uruguay, you gave me one in the church, I think. If I remember right.
Yeah.
I think you did. I don't know. Did
Yeah,
you?
I think I did twice. I
Yeah,
think I did twice.
I think you did twice, bro. I'd have you cut my hair, but you're far away, bro. But I want to make a point though, low key. Like, guys, Bryan started with learning about haircutting on freaking YouTube. And I started learning about mindset and self-improvement stuff on freaking YouTube, bro. Like, just I think everyone needs to realize that there's so much free value on YouTube. And just to keep it real, like I spent a bunch of money on this one course that taught me how to like run an online business, do sales. And do you know what they're freaking teaching on that course? Like all the free YouTube stuff. I'm like, oh, bro, like I love that you said that. We got to utilize it. Like YouTube's a good tool. Like if you're trying to get healthier, put on muscle. Like last night, bro, I watched this video on how to put on muscle. And I'm like, dude, it's that easy. You don't have to like, you can just use YouTube, you know?
Yeah. Now I've seen people shoot, they would pay like 6 to 10,000 for a course to cut hair, get 10, 20K a month. Like, of course it helps because like you're u utilizing other people's work, other people's experience, but at the same time, like most important, you gotta perfect your work. perfect your work. And like YouTube, of course, like how you said, there's free things everywhere. You just gotta find it.
Yeah, you just gotta find it and kind of tweak it, just tweak it a little to your identity, bro. Like just tweak it a little. Like I feel like everyone just steals each other's content and stuff in every industry, which is it's not a big deal. It's just like that's just what everyone does. Just like watch what the best is doing and simply copy them, you know? It's it's cool. It's
Yeah.
I feel like we're blessed, bro. I know like everyone talks bad about technology sometimes and and AI, but I feel like we're super blessed to have this technology, hands down, you know. But so anything else? So if people are like thinking about being a barber, obviously who should they watch? Who should they watch on YouTube? Is there a specific channel, specific type
Shoot.
of videos?
Well, it's just depending on what kind of haircut you're trying to learn. Like, shoot, there's videos on how to do low taper, mid fade, high fade, um, burst fades, faux hawks, all that. Like, there's videos for all of that. And
Mm,
like people that I look up to, Chris Basio, there's 360 GZ, and there's all of these other people like that really help out.
mm, okay.
Like the people that like made it out, like for sure, like are them. Like they learn the system, they learn the mentality of perfecting the work, perfecting sales, and perfecting pretty much what other people need to listen, want to listen, and what they need to watch.
Mm, yeah. So yeah. I kind of wanted to make the point like it seems like everyone knows what they kind of need to do in the industry. It's just a matter if someone keeps doing it. Is that right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Before we end, bro, what do you think about because it sounds super simple, you just keep doing it. But like for the days that are hard, for the days that you wake up and I don't know, you just feel that like contrast, what do you have to say about just mentally being able to I don't know, keep going to do those simple things. Any hacks you have, anything you have to say about that?
Pretty much just prepare yourself for the new skills that you're gonna learn. Like if it's hard, give it a shot. Like at the end of the day, you may mess it up, but you still got another try later on. Possibly somebody else is gonna want that same haircut, or somebody wants that simple tip in life on how to, be prepared. Well, just give it a shot, be prepared, and just don't doubt yourself.
Mhm.
Don't overthink it. Just continue on doing it. And later on in life, you'll be perfecting it like nothing.
Yeah, like nothing, right? Like all of a sudden you're perfecting it and you don't even realize that how good you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
feel like that's how it comes. Like before you know it, you're speaking like, I don't know, decent Spanish, or before you know it, I don't know, you're doing decent out of nowhere. It's just matter of fact, it's just like staying persistent to the simple things. And I think that was kind of like the main message from us talking today, is like, first of all, keep doing the simple things and give it time, like persistency. And then I feel like utilizing the technology that we have for a lot of free value is another thing we talked about. And then the fact that habits, if someone says that it makes their life boring and restrictive, it's not true because in the long run, if you get your life together and do your habits, like you have a bunch of freedom and like all the successful people, I'm sure they all have good habits and that's why they have so much freedom. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
you just gotta invest into yourself, and that's it.
it's true, bro. It's true. Well, Brian, bro, anything else you want to add?
Not that I know of, nah.
Nah. Okay, brother. Well, Dude, I appreciate you hopping on this podcast, bro, being the first guest, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Crazy I met you like what 5 years ago?
Kind
3 years?
of, yeah.
3 to 5. I don't
Five,
even
4 or 5 years ago.
4 or 5 years ago, bro. Time flies. That's crazy, dude.
Yes, sir.
But dude, thanks so much for hopping on, everybody. That was the episode. So, whatever takeaways you have, try to apply them. That's the main thing, right? Like, not to just listen to self-improvement, but take some action. So, whatever your niche or industry is, just search that thing on YouTube, get familiar with the best of the best, and start really copying them and tweak it to your being, bro. That's what I got to say just to end this. But thank you everyone for giving this a listen. See you later.